Alrighty, everybody, let's get into Game 1 of the Grand Finals between Panda Police, who came through undefeated in the winner's bracket, and then Saving Private Mo, who did the same thing except for one game that they lost, so they didn't really come through undefeated, but they did not drop a game, the losers bracket thing or the losers finals, anything like that. Taking a look at some of these bans and whatnot, Alistar and Shen, pretty standard bans from the left side, as well as Malphite. Basically, those are the three bans you're going to want to have. On the right side, Jace, Ezreal, and let's see what the next one's going to be. I'm kind of surprised. I'd love to see a Rengar ban. Please ban Rengar, because if not, you guys are going to... Oh, we've been seeing the Rengar from the blue team. Like, I think it's Inox. He plays a ridiculous Rengar. And then they usually rock the 2v1 lane, or the 1v2 lane. So that Rengar becomes even more powerful because he bullet strikes and then just, oh, okay, they banned Jax. Rengar first pick, called it, baby. Oh, Inox's Rengar is so impossible. For some reason, I can smell popcorn. It's distracting me. I don't know why. Okay. Vintage starting picking up that Sona. I think that's a good choice considering Lonnie has been showing that her Sona is pretty darn ridiculous. She can run up, harass non-stop. She was one of the most aggressive supports I've seen so far, and she was playing Sona. I mean, when I think of aggressive supports, I think like Blitzcrank, I think Alistar, I think Taric. Don't really think Sona, but Sona, just her, if you have some high mana regen, you can spam your spells, heal up really fast at the same time as you're dealing out a bunch of damage. Samuel looks like he's going to be picking up the Graves, perhaps, again, with the cleanse. He's played that a couple games so far. Put on a really good show with it, too. Would be interesting to see what they decide to play against that. You can always play Caitlyn versus Graves. Caitlyn outranges him, and she can just poke him to death. There's not really too much he can do there. Shifter looks like he might be picking up the Maokai for TikTok on the clock for in the jungle. Because TikTok on the clock is the jungler for the blue team. I'm kind of excited to see what Lonnie decides to pick up because she is a really good supporter. Ooh, another super hyper aggressive Nunu over here. You can spam that E. And if you spam that E well enough, you can shut down almost any AD carry. On top of that, you buff your own AD carry. If they decide to go like Nunu Cog or something, I will love life. They might not. They probably won't actually. Kog'Maw kind of fallen out of favor with the whole AD carry scene in the metagame. And I think it's because he doesn't really have too many escapes. Same thing with someone like Varus. Varus doesn't have any escapes at all. Oh, there we go. The Janna pickup. Canadian Conadin. Canadian picking up, or kind of insta-picking, not exactly insta-locking Mundo. I think that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why. I don't know, like, maybe Mundo does alright versus Maokai. I guess you can go ahead and do a little bit of counter-jungling, that kind of stuff, because Maokai isn't as fast of clear as Mundo is, though Mundo can be pretty weak in the early. Ooh, that could be an interesting pickup if he decides to go with the Cho'Gath. Or the Amumu, I really don't care, just pick something. Agent S with the Karthus, maybe the TF. Oh, we've seen him play TF before, and his TF was pretty deadly. As long as you can be really smart with how you use that ultimate, you can have a great presence on the game entirely. And we saw that in the game versus Brandon Does No Damage, where TF was just huge. Ooh, if we see Caitlyn, I'm gonna be so happy. And then of course Inox picking up the Pantheon somewhat. Pantheon can go top, can go mid. Same thing with Caitlyn, can go top, can go mid. More commonly, you're gonna see the Pantheon top and the Caitlyn, or not Caitlyn, Katarina. That's what I was trying to say. Go mid. Could also pick up Kayle. I guess depending on what they decide to choose. Oh no, they want to pick an AD carry right now. What am I trying to say? They want to pick an AD carry. They already have the jungler. They already have the top picked. So Zillion AD carry. I'm gonna assume it's a pretty strong AD carry. Of course, he can time bomb people and do other things such as that. Still, Esquire to pick left, and I bet you anything's gonna pick Irelia. Nah, maybe not anything. I bet you there's a pretty decent chance he's gonna pick Irelia. Inox actually picking Sivir. Sivir versus Graves is actually a pretty strong pick. Also strong versus target stuns such as Twisted Fate. If you make sure to save your spell shield, you can stop his true potential there. And oh, it looks like Esquire might be playing Lee Sin. Yes, he locks that in. Esquire has been showing himself to be a pretty strong top player, playing a bunch of different champions, playing Irelia and who did he play versus Olaf? Who was that? It wasn't Irelia, because Irelia was banned. I'm unsure who it is then, who it was. That's unfortunate. Okay. Either way, he's played a couple different champions, and now he's throwing out the Lee Sin. I'd love to see how his Lee Sin play is really just kind of different from his Irelia, because his Irelia, he can play both passive and aggressive. He's playing aggressive versus Jax, and he's also playing passive versus Jax in 2 different games, which is kind of cool to watch. Let's talk about some of the AD carry picks, I guess. Samuel picking up that Graves, pretty standard pickup, and then Yun picking Sivir to counter that. Sivir may have a shorter attack range, but because of the spell shield, the buckshot and damage potential of Graves, like his bursty damage potential, isn't as high as it could be. Now, I really would like to see if they decide to do the 2v1 lane again and switch and put Yun and Lonnie top with Inox bottom. They have done that a couple different times. I think against Lee Sin. I don't know if that exactly be the best thing, because early on Lee Sin can definitely handle a 1v2 lane. Hell, he might even be able to get a kill if he moves that to come top with a bandage toss. It's a pretty interesting scenario if they decide to do something like that. And then, of course, the purple team has a decision to make. Do we want to send our AD carry and our support up top there with them? And if we do, when do we send them up there? Because if you send them there just after your top lane dies, most of the time they're going to get there as the minions are dying at the tower, so they're not really going to be able to get the CS difference that they need. And of course then Yun and Lonnie will be ahead, so they'll be able to beat down Samuel and Vintage. I guess, I mean, we've seen them do that a couple times. We'll have to see how they decide to do that. Now, what I'm even more excited for is Katarina. The Katarina lane should be pretty ridiculous. I believe Katarina does pretty darn well versus TF, as long as she can make sure not to get stun carded. So she has to be a little bit careful there. But she has some pretty sick evasion using her little Shun Po and whatnot. And she also has some awesome harass. And now she does do quite a bit of damage thanks to that new W spell that she has, which is like little spinning Vorpal Blades or whatever. I don't know what the actual name of it. I think Vorpal Blade is Shen's Q. But you get the idea. It's a pretty cool set of spells there for her. She's able to do a lot of damage and do it fast. I don't know if it's exactly the greatest pick versus 4 interrupts. Like you have the Sona ulti, you have the Amumu, you have the TF, and you have the kick from Lee Sin. So basically Shifter is going to have a hard time getting a full ultimate off. That's what I'm trying to say. TikTok on McClock, he will be pretty effective against the combination of Amumu ulti and the Graves. Be able to stop that with the use of his ultimate. And then Inox playing Rengar, I actually have no idea what that's going to be like. I don't know if maybe Esquire has counterpicked Rengar with Lee Sin. No idea about that. I know Inox, or at least Rengar, has a super duper strong early game. Like his early game potential is off the chain. It's who was it? Rengar versus Riven, I think, that we watched at one point. And Rengar was able to stomp Riven, even though Riven is one of those sick early game champions that is able to really stomp her lane with just pure aggression. So we'll have to see how that lane ends up working out. I'm interested. I love to learn new things, learn new games and the like. Mercenary Katarina, love that one because it makes her chest look like literal cannons. Same thing, of course, with Mafia Graves. Looks like he's hiding some cannons down there. That's silly. Okay, Headhunter Rengar, love that skin. It looks pretty intense. What other cool skins are there? Acolyte Lee Sin. I think that's a pretty cool one, though. I do like the the Blind Monk Lee Sin. What was the one? It's like he just has black hair instead of having like a thing on his head. Yeah, that's the skin that I like. It's pretty cool. And he also doesn't have a shirt. Does he have a shirt? I don't think he has a shirt in that one. Probably doesn't have a shirt in that one. Okay. So both teams have pretty strong invasion powers, you know. The knock-up from Janna can be pretty strong, as well as the bola strikes from Inox can catch some people off. Now the red team has a lot of strength with Twisted Fate having that card, and Esquire and Inox almost getting a little bit of kerfuffle. They're getting pretty close, saying hi. Could perhaps give each other a high five, something like that. Esquire doing the emote spam to make it look like he's walking around with some sort of Parkinson's or something like that. Like he's stuttering. Pretty insane. I don't think that's exactly appropriate to talk about, but that's all right. Tick-tock on the clock, also in this mid area. Oh, it hits Inox. Oh no. Whatever will Inox do? Will he perhaps walk it off like a boss? Yes, he will, I think. Yun over here, that is such a cool Sivir skin. Wonder Woman Sivir, I think. What? No, Explorer Sivir? What is that Sivir skin? I have no idea. It's a nice Sivir skin, though. Samuel gonna go over here to help Canadian out. I mean, now Kai and Amumu are both pretty defensive-based junglers, so it makes a lot of sense that they're both going to just try and get their own blue. You don't want to really try too hard to counter jungle yourself by trying to be aggressive, because you can just really screw yourself up there. And blue card actually hit in the blue buff. Samuel helping out his AD or his jungler. I think that's a pretty solid idea from him. Ooh, there's the little bit of a trade going on. That's really what the mid lane's about at this point, is effective trades. If you are playing a champion that can trade really well and you're playing it to the fullest of its abilities, you're going to have a good time. Vintage streaming, doing a lot of damage to Lonnie, as does Samuel with his very effective buckshot there. Inox hopping onto Esquire. Oh, he just keeps going to this bush and doing the same thing over and over again, being quite annoying there. Yun with that boomerang looks kind of silly, you know? It doesn't even look like he's throwing a boomerang. Canadian goes and gets his red buff now. Now he can head top lane, going for a gank, or he can continue jungling a little bit. And Yun uses that spell shield at the perfect time. The boomerang goes through, does a little bit of damage there. Q goes off and hits Agent S, does a little bit of damage, and Inox has just been constantly poking here, and it's kind of going against him now, seeing that Amumu has decided to come up here. Canadian is now sitting there, and oh, look at that heal that it did. Quite powerful there. Yun trying to CS. It's actually kind of surprising to see Yun getting pushed on, because before that was like his thing, and oh wow, Yun taking so much damage there. Samuel was not baited into using his buckshot really, so he was able to do a lot of damage, not give Sivir some extra bonus stuff. And here we go, Tick-tock on the clock coming forward, trying to force Samuel back. Esquire getting hit by the bola strikes, though Inox has already been slowed a couple times. Jump! There we go. I figured that would happen. So much burst damage potential here. Esquire is going to go down for the first blood, and then there's a follow-up kill onto Inox. So that was a very good trade for the blue team. They got first blood gold onto Inox, and you know, the top lane is pretty ridiculous right now. Both super early aggressive traders, and Esquire has been playing awesome versus it. Like so far. Like, I mean, it's only 4 minutes in, we haven't seen too much, but it seems like he's playing really good against it. Bot lane is a bit of a pain for Yun, it seems, though. He's being forced to play defensively, and will probably be forced to play defensively for quite some time, because Graves has been making sure to save that buckshot until the correct time, and Graves actually hasn't had to use a single potion yet, whereas Yun is down all of his potions, and he keeps just having these bad trades, you know, like he isn't able to auto attack enough. Graves isn't baited to use his buckshot usually, so he's able to really to make use of the... Bullet strikes. Chasing some more. Bandage toss just misses. Esquire taking so much damage from that Rengar. It's a little bit of tough position at the same time. Taking on going into the top area. He's taking so much damage. How will Canadian be able to get the kill? Agent S is here. Bandage toss forwards. Oh, he goes down to Inox, and then up comes Shifter. Shifter hops forward, trying to get a bunch of damage off. Yes, gets the kill. And I think that was actually a pretty good trade for them. 2 for 1. Definitely a good trade. The mid lane died. The bot is just getting pressured so hard though. 4 for 4, or level 4 and level 4, so they're pretty even, but oh, Inox is just waiting. He has the double buffs. He hop out. There we go. And his one spell just misses, so he wasn't able to fully burst it down there. He also doesn't have his ignite, so he can't like finish that off, but he is doing pretty well. And now he's just going to chase down Esquire. Bullet strikes. WQE or whatever the heck he's doing. He still hasn't jumped onto Esquire, which is what he needs to do, and at the same time Amumu is heading up behind him. This is kind of a scary position. Oh, he just hops out. Bullet strikes hits him, but not able to kill him. Esquire is here now. Gets hopped on. There we go. The kill goes off. He gets bandage toss underneath the turret, and he's going to be able to make it out, actually, as long as he stays here. Oh, the heal. That is sick. It's sick how much that heals up. Inox doing some big things up here. 3-1-1 at this point. He is getting far ahead. At the same time, TikTok on the clock is actually counter jungling. Oh, that's harsh. Maokai counter jungling and Amumu. Both of them pretty darn passive junglers, but it's definitely happening. And at the same time, Inox is looking pretty big. I mean, literally, the character model looks huge, but also, he has a sheen now, which means as soon as he uses that spell, his little dash thing, that he jumps in on them, he's going to do extra damage on top of the other spells that he can cast. So he's going to be able to, I don't know, maybe take out Esquire in 2-3 of those little jumpy things that he does. He's also level 6 to Esquire's level 5, so he's a bit ahead there, and he will be able to use that to his advantage. Esquire can't boot him away yet, so they can be trading, but not too great for Esquire. The mid lane's going pretty darn well for Katarina. She's 1-0-0. Oh, he's just chasing him down. Easy prey indeed. So much damage. One jump, not even 2 like I thought. Not level 6 yet though, so it's so close. Inox, don't die. No, the ignite goes off. Oh, and that doesn't connect. He goes down. Esquire just dodges around there. Excellent job there. So now Canadian is he's kind of in the mid area. He's doing all right. You know, he's 1-1-0. This isn't the same type of a move that we saw a couple games ago, which was forced to be super far behind because he did lose his blue buff. Now this Amumu is in the situation he likes to be in, where he's had his blue buff since the start, and he has just been able to kind of walk around, gank a little bit, get a kill. Though most of the time you want to get assists, obviously. You want your lanes to get more fed. But he's doing fine, doing pretty well. And Esquire getting super aggressive. Those double buffs enabled him to be able to do a lot of damage. So roaming is completely fine. And oh, here we go. Here is the gank in the bottom lane, the dive. Agent S taking a bit of damage from that turret. Lonnie also taking some damage from that turret. Lonnie doing damage thanks to that turret. And Shifter's coming for double kill for Shifter. I think that was a pretty fair trade for the blue team. 3 for 1. Yun died, but 3 people from the blue team, or from the red team, died. There we go. TikTok on the clock hops forward. Knock up. Annoying Canadian. So let's just take stock of a couple of lanes right now. Top lane, it's 3-2-1, 41 CS for Rengar, whereas Mr. Lee Sin is 32 CS and 2-2-1. So they're decently close, except Rengar is obviously ahead. Mid lane, we're looking at 1-2-0 with 56 CS, and 3-0 with 53 CS. Oh, Inox finds Esquire. Shifter's right here as well. That's not too good for them. Oh, she gets kicked away, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna die. There's not too much you can do. There we go. Inox gets the kill. TikTok on the clock was also there. So now she's 3-0-1, 57 CS versus 1-2-0 and 64 CS. I mean, he is leading. TF is leading in the CS, and God, Yun using that spell shield before what's his name decides to use his buckshot. I mean, it delays the buckshot, and if you keep walking, I guess you can get away from it. But you obviously want to use it when your opponent uses spells. And oh, Samuel taking so much damage here. Yun gets gibbed so hard by the combination of collateral damage and vintage staring using that ultimate. Oh, there's the engage a hard engage in onto Agent SO. Agent S. Oh, Agent SO. It's hard to figure out what his name is. Inox coming forward on the Canadian saying, hey, guess what? This is mine. Oh no! He steals it. How mean is that? Inox actually has double buffs now thanks to Lee Sin dying to him, so that's a nice position for him. He can come up, hop at Lee Sin. Lee Sin is there though, so I don't know, there shouldn't be too much going on there. Samuel just auto-attacking here. So Inox and Esquire fighting. Esquire actually getting super aggressive onto him. And there we go. Ooh, Inox gets kicked away. I think Esquire might have been able to get that kill, but it would have been very close. I mean, Inox, there we go. He uses his heal. Heals him up so much. I have no idea which spell that is, but it is broken. Shifter doing really well. 4-0-1. Gets an early DFG. I'd love to see the early DFG. And uh-oh, here comes the TF coming in top lane, it looks like. There we go. Cut the stun card off. Reverses it. Esquire going in, or getting killed, possibly? Yes, he gets killed. So, Inox knew he was going to die, right? He knew that there was no way he was getting away from that. So he just decides, hey, I'm going to force that trade, and I'm gonna get a kill here as well. And I'm just going to keep getting more ahead. And he is definitely doing that. He has a Brutalizer now as well. Building up, I don't know, I think he's going to build to a Sheen, or not a Sheen, a Triforce. He already has the Sheen. Has that Brutalizer. Maybe build the Triforce a bit later. I don't know how he builds his Rengar. I haven't really played Rengar too much myself, so not exactly the most familiar with that whole champion there. Agent S with the double buffs though now, which is a pretty nice set of things to have here. Actually quite afraid of that Katarina. Katarina can do some work, but I mean, you're double buff TF. Why not just like auto attack her and spell her to death? It's kind of cool. Ooh, yeah, using the spell shield at the perfect time there. Samuel, and oh, Samuel actually getting exhausted. Though he cleanses out of that. Yun also exhausted. Ooh, insta-gib onto Agent S. Yun and Lonnie in this lane, not having a good time, but the rest of the map is going really well for the blue team. Top lane and mid lane are both doing super great. Rengar just constantly going around the map. I think I am going to have to start playing Rengar now. Like, he is so strong. He's the ultimate from TikTok on the clock. Yun trying to get away. Will he be able to make it? No, he will not. Samuel gets the kill there. So Samuel's going to die as well, but at least he got the kill onto Yun. Almost gets the kill onto Lonnie, but Lonnie is able to make it away. So here we go. Bot lane. It's kind of, sort of, like, Yun keeps dying, but it's not that big a deal because everybody else comes and gets kills. Obviously, you want your AD carry to be really fed. I mean, Yun has super low CS compared to what he normally has. Inox was fighting underneath the turret versus Esquire. Hops out of the bushes, trying to get the kill onto him. Will he be able to do it? He's in the bush. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. The red buff takes it down. Inox gets the kill on Esquire, as does Esquire get the kill onto him. Shifter hopping around. Ooh, that little ward hop. This isn't too good for them. Oh, Kenny, nope. It's going to go down. That yellow card stopping Katarina in her tracks because it's a stun card, so that's kind of what it does. It stops people in their tracks. TikTok on my clock has the oracles, so he's going to be he's going to feel pretty awesome running around, clearing wards, doing exactly what a support should do, and clear that ward, yeah, run, or engage, whatever you want to do really, doesn't matter, you're a clock. Samuel trying to CS some more. I mean, he's beating Yun in CS, but Yun has the pretty much exact same items as him. I think maybe Samuel needs to go back or something, but you know, every time it seems Yun dies, a kill or two happens, so it's actually a pretty decent trade there, in my opinion. Inox is getting so fed, and Katarina is getting so fed that they should be pretty safe, even if their AD carry doesn't get fed. Because going to the mid game, they're going to be able to set up the AD carry to be getting a lot of assists and a lot of kills. set her up once they start doing that little bit of roaming stuff, because there's only 14 minutes in the game, or 15 minutes I should say. So I mean, this is a here we go, Shifter getting comboed hard. Oh wait, what? The ward jump. Oh, it doesn't work. It was so close. She got so close to getting away. That was a really sick ward jump. So here we go. They might try and take down this turret, or they could go for Dragon. Either or would be a pretty good choice at this point, I believe. Esquire and Canadian sitting in this one bush. Agent S throwing down a ward. Inox coming from behind. And it looks like Vintage Starring's coming up as well. And there's the Maokai. We don't have a ward in there. It is a 5v2 situation. I think they got to get out of there. They can't really stop this too much. Inox sitting on top of a ward, you know. Red team gets that. I mean, there was no way that the blue team was going to be able to get that. Going 2v4 or 2v5 or 4v5, whatever the thing was. So that's a pretty good little pickup there for the red team. Esquire starting to come back into this, though his CS is getting pretty darn low. 59 CS versus 91. Actually, Maokai, another one with really high CS. He has 91 himself. He has more CS than his AD carry does, which is, I'd say that's pretty sick. I mean, you want your AD carry to get fed. Yun hasn't really been able to do that. Samuel has shown himself to be a really strong AD carry here. Yun forced to use the ultimate to be able to get away there. He actually seems to have really slow movement speed. Inox stealing more of the counter jungle. They're stealing more of the jungle from his opponent. And Shifter might be able to get that. No, it's so close, but he is not able to get that. Lonnie looks like he just used ultimate. There we go, TikTok on the clock, hopping forward. The cleanse went off, then the exhaust. So Samuel is able to get away here. Slows down Yun and TikTok on the clock as well. Lonnie's here though, and TikTok's still here, trying to take out this ward. Ooh, instead just engaging onto Vintage Starring. So much damage going out onto these guys. They're not going to die though. They're really close, but they're not going to. Do not have the ultimate for Vintage or anything like that, but we could see what looks like Katarina coming around. If she comes around, she can get a really solid gank off, perhaps get some kills, that kind of stuff. And no, she's just going to, she's not going to be able to finish anything. The ward in the mid, like right bush, was able to spot her out, so pretty good for them. Inox clearing out that wave instantly. He has such strong wave clear with that champion. I actually had no idea Rengar was that good. I need to start playing Rengar, I really do. Bottom turret finally goes down. About a 2,000 gold lead for the blue team. They're about 2 turrets ahead, and no, the red team got the dragon, my bad. So that's a pretty decent position to be in. They're also ahead when it comes to the CS, which is even better. Love being ahead in the CS. What can the red team do to kind of clear that gap? They can have good team fights, but that's going to be pretty hard when the only person on your team is super fed is your, well, not even super fed, it's like decently fed is your AD carry and your support. Oh, there we go. Inox hopping and being super aggressive. Shifter also doing the same thing. Ultimate goes off, trying to get the kill here. Hopping forward and around. Oh, the flash over the wall just fails. Double kill for Shifter. And then on top of that, you have Samuel and whatnot coming in. They aren't able to catch up though. TikTok on the clock, able to walk out of there along with Shifter. That was unfortunate. Inox diving under the turret. Doesn't go down either, and they just kill Agent S because LOL, what's up? I'm Rengar. That's how I roll. Katarina getting super fed as well. 7-2-2 with 122 CS. If she gets herself that Ravenous Death Cap, I don't know if that's what she's going for next. But if she gets that, she will start to just become a complete powerhouse. There'll be no way you can stop her, really, because she'll just like QW or EQW or QEW and then ulti and then you're dead. And DFG, of course. She decides instead to opt for that Abyssal Scepter. I think that's another pretty good choice. I mean, as Katarina, if you are going to be within range to do your spells, you're pretty much going to use all of them. So there's no reason to not do that. Canadian and Agent S able to get their own blue buff. Yay! Even though it was warded, there was no steal from... Oh, this could be deadly. Inox is right there. If he sees the Amumu, he could go in on it hard. I don't know why we're staring at Esquire. I guess because Inox isn't doing anything really. So Katarina's right here. Rengar's off to the side. I think he's going back, or he's just waiting for someone to come through. Maybe going to be hopping over the wall or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens when the creep minion wave gets here. The minion wave gets there. It could go for a potential dive. I think it's kind of hard to decide who you're going to be like focusing because Rengar's so big. And on top of that, you also have Katarina who's really big. And if you use all your stuff to try and stop Katarina or Rengar from doing their stuff, then the other person's going to do some mad work on you. It's a very scary situation to be in. So they know that Rengar's there. Trying not to get caught by him. It's really important, though Samuel is a little bit out of position. Samuel actually might be one person who can do some work on him because of his range. And oh, there we go. Inox jumps from the bush. I think that is probably one of the coolest things I've seen. Oh, there we go. Inox has so much potential. Oh, the cleanse. The cleanse is able to save him there. Get him out of there. So TikTok clears out that ward. But, ouch. As soon as Inox noticed that he would have to, like it was going to be TF down there, TF is basically going to stun him 100% of the time. As soon as he noticed that, he was like, maybe I can get the kill on the Graves. But Graves cleansed perfectly and was able to get away. So there we go. TikTok McClock trying to engage to make sure that Yun is able to get out of there, and it looks like he will be able to. Esquire with jumping forward. A little bit of stunnage going on, and there's Katarina ulting on top of the Illuma ult. Didn't really work out too well for them. Canadian looks like he's going to be going down as well. Samuel gets a kill onto Lonnie. So Katarina gets a kill onto Amumu. They're trying to chase her down. Looks like they're going to be able to chase her down. Yes, she ward jumps. Yun, as I said before, that stun shield, too powerful. No, shifter. Oh, he gets booted and he just dies. They tried to get the kill onto Yun, or Yun tried to get the kill onto Agent, but it didn't really work out for them. Still a 2,000 gold difference and 3 turrets at this point. Esquire is coming forward to try and maybe take this turret, push this out a little bit with Samuel. I think that'd be a good idea. You want to start getting objectives like this if you are behind, and that's exactly what they're doing. And they want to just get these objectives. They just need to get the objectives because otherwise that gold lead is probably going to stay there, or at least stay pretty consistent. If it doesn't stay at the level it is right now, it'll just keep expanding. So they need to be doing stuff like this. And that's an interesting pickup. Inox has gotten himself a Last Whisper. I'm actually not sure why that item would be preferred to some others, and Inox looks like he's just going to die. He keeps getting out of position now, and I think that's the big thing about it. The red team is really capitalizing on his over-aggression almost. So if he keeps deciding to go with this super aggressive, hyper-aggressive play, then he will get capitalized on. He will die, and then the red team can just go and focus down like Katarina, and then Yun. And then what? You're going to have Janna and Maokai, and they can't do crap all. The ward is there, so they know what's going on right now. TikTok on the clock. Gets bandage tossed. Hop forward onto Agents. There we go. There's a kill. Booted away. So they still have the kill though. Now she has a double kill. Could see a triple kill going on. Oh no. She's maybe. I don't know. TikTok on the clock jumps miles to say what's up. Triple kill for Katarina. Could see a quadra kill. She's able to hop forward again. DFG. Oh, the stun. Excellent job there. Vintage stopping Katarina from getting another kill. Though she did obviously just get 3, which is pretty big. 11, 3, and 2, 153 CS. That's pretty sick. So now the blue team is going to be able to get this pretty easily. Shifter and TikTok on the clock do a decent bit of damage. Yun gets another turret. I think he can even start heading top, perhaps, something like that. If the wave pushes there, at least he will be able to. So. What can the red team do? Oh my god, look at... There's so many wards. The red team, everybody has wards except Graves, who doesn't have any room to get wards. I love to see that. That's exactly what you want to see when looking at teams, because that just tells you, hey, these guys are smart. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. Getting wards are so important because map vision, obviously. And the more map vision you have, the more you're able to make different kind of plays and the like. Inox is there, but Agent S knows what's going on. He knows he's just preparing to hop onto him, so he just backs off. Yun now getting this red buff. He's 0-4 and 8 with 126 CS. Hopefully he's going to be able to kind of come back into this because he is pretty far behind the build of Graves. Graves has a Bloodthirster, his Zeal, and he's almost done his Phantom Dancer, whereas Yun is just Bloodthirster and the Dagger, I think it's just called. So he's pretty far behind. 50 CS and 2 kills, basically. Just a lot. Tic-Tac on the clock just doing a lot more ward clearing, which I think is really important. Especially when your opponents have so many wards. Clearing them out really sets you up to take advantage of any situation that arises. If you have those wards down, there's not too much your opponents can do. Inox is just going to be waiting in these bushes. I think, like, I've learned something. Just get in bushes if you're Rengar. I guess his ganks must be pretty sick if you are, like, jungling, because you can just hop from those and, oh, there's the solid engage from Canadian onto these guys. Inox trying to flash forward and out of here. Yun used his ultimate. Excellent escape mechanism, so they might be able to get away. Yun, a little bit out of position. The rest of everybody's trying to catch up right now. Sept goes down. TikTok engages. Now there could be a little bit of a sandwich effect going on right now. There we go. Shifter using that ultimate. He gets interrupted though. Knock up. Shifter goes down to Graves. Yun. Oh, here we go. Inox with the cleanup crew. Double kill. Could see a triple kill. So close. Everybody. Oh my god. There we go. Esquire with the kill. Double kill for Mrs. Sivir. And now there just needs to be another kill. Triple kill. Wait, was that 2 triple kills? What the heck just happened? That's interesting. I'm confused. Oh no, we could see a triple kill. My bad. So yeah, he got a double kill. He was hopping around insanely there. So now they're going to get this turret. Maybe get the next one. I mean, 5 seconds until Sona's up, but that's not big. That's not a big deal. I mean, Lonnie and Yun can handle that. It's pretty high attack damage when that shield goes down. It's actually a little bit better than the BF sword. It gives you 50 attack damage at the max level. And oh no, Yun's out of position. That's unfortunate for him. Dying yet again. So we'll have to see how these guys are gonna continue to play this. I mean, they keep getting caught out of position, really, and that's the biggest thing. In that fight, we saw Inox take so much damage early. He had to use his flash, he had to run, etc., etc. TikTok on the clock coming forward to try do a little bit of counter jungling, which is kind of funny. Like Maokai with all this counter jungling, I love it, I love it, I love it. Uh-oh, Inox hopping forward onto Agent S. Insta-gibbed. Boom, baby. That was quite quick. Using that ultimate to hop forward and kill Agent S, I think that was a really good choice because Agent S is really important to this enemy team's their quality of life when it comes to team fights. If you have Agent S catch someone off well, then hell, you're gonna have a good time right there. And it looks like Shifter's gonna get the red buff. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. You give Shifter that red buff, you can pretty much count on nobody escaping her ulti, because if she shun posted them, then she should be able to get maybe one auto attack off. That'll slow them down, slow down the movement speed, and really help out there. So there's double warding going on. I mean, these guys are trying to keep as much map vision as possible, and I think most high-level teams will do this, and these guys are definitely pretty high level. I mean, the red team is I think they're about 300 average ELO lower, but that's not that much when you think about it. Oh, there's the engage onto Esquire, though I think that might have been a little bit of a mistake. Esquire not taking the most damage. No, there's the jump forward from Inox, trying to get something done. Shifter uses that ultimate, gets interrupted by the Sona ultimate. Now they're trying to chase him down. Can he hop forward? Inox using that bolus checks to slow him down. TikTok hops forward, and there's the kill from Lonnie. Esquire taking so much damage as a Sona, or Samuel. Oh, everybody was involved in that. Now they get that ward down, and it looks like they are pushing for this turret. If they take down this turret, they can take down the inhibitor pretty fast. And I think they probably back off then. Well, maybe not. Maybe go down for the bottom turret inhibitor combo, because the wave is right there, and it is 5 versus 3, which is a pretty good position for them. They can easily do that. It looks like that's what they're going to do. They ping over there, they're heading over that way. They get the turret, and now they should be able to get the inhibitor quite easy. Samuel actually being forced to use his cleanse really early. Inox hops forward with that ultimate, gets an insta kill. Shifter doing the same thing, hopping around. Trying to get some damage off. Uses that ultimate a little bit too early though, and he goes. It's not too effective. Agent S goes down to Yun, gets a double kill. Excellent job there. Though the turret might be able to finish off. It's sort of close. No, they're just gonna back off now. That is quite. It is. Oh, God. I love Rengar so much. Oh, they're just gonna say GG. Cool beans. That's again end of game 1. We should be going into game 2 pretty darn quickly, and because this is a game or best of 3, we will have that up in just a second. Okay, guys. So I've been reminding you and reminding you and reminding you. Go to Twitter. Hashtag YEGOpen and follow OK Gaming to enter a $10 RP giveaway. Get yourself $10 worth of RP. Buy yourself a really hot Sona skin or something. Like the Pax Silver skin. Pax Sona, I mean. Also remember to check out some of our other sponsors such as MaxFrig at maxfrig.net. On screen, see some legendary hunger from Oodle Noodle. Yes, indeed. They deliver all over the city of Edmonton, 780-278-7877. Also remember, over here at OverKlocked, we do have League of Legends night every Thursday night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. $10 for members, $15 for non-members. Also remember to check out OverKlocked on all their awesome social media, twitter.com/OverKlocked Gaming, facebook.com/OverKlocked Gaming, youtube.com/OverKlocked Edmonton, and overclock.com. Also, our buddies over at Edmonton Gamers, EdmontonGamers.com, twitter.com/EdmontonGamers, youtube.com/EdmontonGamers, and facebook.com/EdmontonGamers.